Why does the 747 have this hump right here? And why didn't they make it a full double-decker instead of a partial double-decker? There are two main reasons Boeing decided to go with a hump. An airplane that never came to be, and prestige. Boeing wanted the 747 to be recognizable, and that they did. Very well. Like the small game you might not have heard of, called GTA 5, they only have one type of commercial plane taking off at LSIA. And guess which one that is? The 787 Dreamliner! It was a 747. The game does take place in 2013, and passenger 747s were much more common back then. Whereas today, only Lufthansa, Air China, and Korean Air fly them in 2025. Buh! What about the cargo airlines? I said passenger 747s. I am aware that loads of cargo airlines fly the 747s, and even passenger airlines' cargo divisions do, but they aren't passenger planes. Where was I? Oh, yes, prestige. Back millions of years ago, when the 747 was relatively new, airlines would buy the 747 just to show that they are a legit airline, even if it doesn't make any sense otherwise. But why is that? Back then, airlines weren't as free to make their own decisions, as they were seen as a source of national pride. So, they were often forced by their home countries to get the 747 to make their home country look better. Like Qatar with their giant World Cup soccer stadiums. They made them bigger than necessary because they knew a bunch of people were coming and they wanted to impress them. Same deal with the airlines. They knew that as airfares got cheaper, something the 747 helped do because of its large capacity and efficiency, well, for the time, more people would be able to fly and they would need the capacity to fit the increased demand. They chose the 747 over something like the DC-10 or L-1011 because of the hump and how recognizable it is. It was their flagship, their pride and joy for most airlines. Have you ever wondered what the 747 would look like without a hump? Well, I had the misfortune of Googling that, and well, it's pretty cursed. Here, let me show you. It looks like if a 777 had a baby with an A340. That's the only way I can describe it without profanity. Now, that unborn plane. The plane that never flew was, drumroll please, Boeing 2707. The Boeing 2707 was supposed to be Boeing's answer to the Concorde, and they believed the supersonic age of flight was on the very beginning, like it was the dawn of the supersonic age. So, they believed that the Boeing 747 was only going to be in service for maybe 20 years, and then it would become a cargo airliner. So, that would be like FedEx, UPS, DHL, right? So they decided to be good at cargo so it would still get orders even after passengers were only going to fly on the 2707 or supersonic jets. But that's all well and good, but what does that have to do with the hump? Good question. The reason the 747 has a hump is because Boeing wanted to put the pilots up higher. The reason they want the pilots up high is that they could have the nose open up like a hinge and go up above the pilot, right? Like this. So, if they have the pilot up high, they can have a nose loading door as well as a tail loading door, which means that it's faster to load cargo, and the faster they load cargo, the more flights they can do, and the more money the cargo airlines can earn, making them want to choose the 747. So, to Boeing, with the extra passenger capacity and extra freighter money, it was a no-brainer to add the hump to the 747. And it also had a minimal drag penalty compared to going a full double-decker. That is why Boeing decided to give the 747 its famous hump. Thanks for watching.